What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. So we just got a new archetype revealed in Darkwing Blast, which is the BYSSTED archetype, and it's actually funny how it's really similar to Busted. And spoiler alert, it kind of is Busted. So before we get into reviewing any of these cards, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Really appreciate you in advance, and now let's get right into it. So the Albaz/branded story meets its inevitable dragon support, of course, because clearly Albaz needed more support. Konami's favorite freaking card. Alright, so the first card is BYSSTED Magnamut, Dragon Effect Dark, level 6. Okay, interesting. Beatrice, yeah, maybe. 2500 attack, 2000 defense. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect, you can target one light or dark monster in either graveyard. Okay, interesting. Banish it. And if you do special summon this card from the hand, this is where it gets nice. This is a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. So in other words, you can trigger this effect turn 0 on your opponent's turn as a hand shop. The only requirement is that your opponent has to control a monster, and the only other difference between this and DD Crow would be the fact that this specifically has to be banishing light and dark. So yeah, sure, it might not be as good as DD Crow in game 1, but the fact that you not only get to special summon this card, but also, I don't know, do something else with the second effect, might make it a little better than DD Crow in some instances. So if this card is special summoned, you can activate this effect, add one dragon monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand during the end phase of this turn except itself. I don't think I should have to explain how broken adding generic dragon monsters from your freaking deck can be, especially when you're searching Levineer before you even start your turn. Or you can search, I don't know, Seyfert or the baby dragons or whatever. So the cost basically is something that you don't even have to pay yourself. You make your opponent go neg 1 by DD Crowing one of their cards, and then you special summon this, and you get a search. This is like a +2 before you even started playing the game. And this is just the first card, so we're already off to an extremely good start. And again, generic dragon support is always the kind of thing that can lead to degeneracy, because the dragon type in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just... it just has so many good supporting cards like Hieratic Seal, Dragon's Ravine, Dragon Shrine. So the world really is your oyster when you get to do stuff with just dragon monsters generically. Anyways, the second card would be BYSSTED Saronir. Doesn't really look like a dragon, to be honest. It looks like a beast or a fiend, whereas this somewhat looks like a dragon. So you can only use the first and second effect again. This is the exact same effect as the first one. And now if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one BYSSTED monster except itself, or one branded spell or trap card from your deck to the grave. So these other monsters, they don't really do anything in the graveyard. They only really do something in the hand. They're kind of, again, DD Crows. Whereas, actually, by the way, they might be a little better than DD Crow sometimes, because let's just say that you Veiler your opponent, and then your opponent chains Call by the Grave on your Veiler. You can actually chain this effect in order to banish your own Veiler to dodge the Call by the Grave. So that's actually very unique. And again, same thing with all the other dark and light hand traps or whatever effects. So the fact that it's a quick effect, well, all of your monsters become quick effect when your opponent controls a monster, which is very easy to achieve, especially if you're going second. This makes it even better. And yeah, being able to foolish a busted monster, we don't know yet how good it is, but being able to send a branded spell or trap card from your deck to the grave could be relevant with the graveyard effect of branded retribution, as well as the branded sword. So you can banish a sword, recycle back a monster that lists Fallen of Albaz in its effect, or is actually Fallen of Albaz, or you can banish branded retribution to recycle a branded spell or trap card from your graveyard to your hand, which could be the branded fusion in theory. Anyways, the third card is BYSSTED Jewett Worm. Again, this card actually does look like a dragon. They all have the exact same stats, by the way. Always dark dragon, level 6, 25, 2000. And again, the first effect is similar to all three. If this card is sent from the field to the grave, you can target one opponent special summon monster, send it to the grave. It doesn't destroy, it sends, but it does target, and it has to be an opponent special summon monster. Now, the beauty about this card is that you can chain block this effect. This will matter because you can probably play through negates with this, and yeah, sure, it's once per turn, but when you can chain block by sending like this and a less relevant card like this, you can go this Chain Link 1 and then this Chain Link 2. Your opponent has to waste a negate on this, and then you get to, probably break boards very easily. So I'm a big fan, honestly. And yeah, it doesn't have to be sent from the field to the graveyard by a card effect. So yeah, you can link it off or synchro with it, or whatever. You can synchro on your opponent's turn as well. So Shooting Riser, Formula Synchron, etc. And the fact that you can also summon it on your opponent's turn while decrewing your opponent. Oh my, I have so many positive things to say about this archetype. It's really going into the right direction. But yeah, the BYSSTED Lubellion Dragon, special summon. Okay, yeah, well, yeah, so the OCG, they actually mentioned, just like the Inferno monsters, that they were like special summon monsters, as in you can't normal summon them. So, you know, you have to special summon them by banishing cards from the grave or by fulfilling X condition, etc. This one, for some reason, has a fatter booty than attack, and the reason for that is because it is the BYSSTED version of Lubellion. Shocker. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard. Okay, so that makes it so that the Saronir can actually foolish for something that is relevant. So by tributing one level 6 or higher Dark Dragon monster, that's it, that's all. You can only special summon the BYSSTED Lubellions once per turn. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each. So one thing that I will have to mention is the fact that it's a must be special summoned and not a must first be special summoned. So you can't Monster Reborn this card back after you probably summon it. You can send this card from the hand to the graveyard, add one BYSSTED monster from your deck to the hand, except the BYSSTED Lubellion. So that's actually really cool. I was gonna say Dragunity Remis, or like, you know, the cards that search the field spell, like the Evil Hero Adjusted Gold. I don't even know if that's the card. I actually don't think so. That searches a normal spell card. But yeah, whatever, you get the point, okay? These kind of cards, the Gravekeepers, Commanders, I forgot. Gravekeepers, no, it's not Spy. Whatever, it's fine. During your main phase, you can place one branded continuous spell trap from your deck face up in your spell and trap zone. Again, I have a few things to say here. First of all, it's a place, not an activate. So even under anti-spell, you can still use this, where if it was an activate, just like the True Draco monsters are, you couldn't do it on the through anti-spell. It doesn't lose to Ash, which is pretty nice, and there is a new branded continuous spell card, so you guys might actually be pretty happy with this. But also the fact that you can place a continuous trap card that you could potentially use on turn 0, while turn 1 could be pretty freaking nice. Alright, the next monster is the BYSSTED Albalos. Okay. Well, that's actually ridiculous, man. We never see this on any card. Level 12, 3,500 attack and 3,500 defense. Must be special summoned from your hand or grave by tributing two BYSSTED monsters. So, unlike Lubellion, which is just like a level 6 or higher Dark Dragon, this really has to be two BYSSTED monsters. While you control this card summoned this way, negate the effect of all Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, and Link monsters on the field. It negates everything except Pendulum monsters, which means spend best deck, let's go! If this face-up card you control leaves the field by an opponent's effect, literally anything, you can banish all face-down card in each player's extra deck face-up until your opponent's end phase. Wow, that's actually kind of cute, but I don't know if it really is relevant. I mean, the first effect is probably all you really need. It's like a massive floodgate that, that's actually just terrifying. Yeah, no, this is probably game against most decks. Obviously, against Tiny Sword Soul, they still have Vishuda, so they can still kind of play. But yeah, this is basically skill drain for all the non-main deck monsters. And yeah, Pendulum monsters, basically. The only monsters that, not all the non-extra deck monsters, whatever. No, actually, hold on. Whatever. Again, you understand what I'm trying to say. It's fine. Alright, rebranded continuous spell card. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. Also, you can only use the second effect of this card's card name once per chain. Not once per turn, once per chain. So the first effect that is once per turn, if a light and or dark monster is banished, you can target one of them, place it on the bottom of the deck, and if you do draw one card, I can see this card being just generically played in a lot of decks, because this is not even something that it has to very specifically do with, the BYSSTED monsters, and, a card that is continuous, that gets to a draw every single turn, on your own turn, on your opponent's turn, etc., might make it so that we could also see the BYSSTED engine, the BYSSTED cards being played just in a bunch of decks. So once per turn, when your opponent normals or special summons a monster, you can target one BYSSTED monster in your graveyard, special summon it. That's actually kind of absurd, because if you have multiple copies of Rebranded, you're going to be able to, special summon 3 BYSSTED monsters per turn, which is very disgusting. Yeah, no, that's actually kind of broken. Wow, yeah, this definitely looks like a rank 6 spam. I can already imagine, like, Beatrice shenanigans and stuff like that, where you can do a lot of disgusting things on turn 1. So yeah, it definitely has a lot of potential, not gonna lie. And the final card is a Branded Beast continuous trap card. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Once per turn, during the main phase, if you control a BYSSTED monster, you can tribute one dragon monster, then target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. Alright, well, I mean, okay, yeah, I don't know how good this is, but it's relatively easy to get your hands on this card, because you can, place it on the field with the effect of this guy, the BYSSTED Lubellion. So, you know, not too bad, not too bad. And during the end phase, you can target one branded continuous spell or trap card in your grave, place it face up onto your field. I actually really like that. Wow, okay, not too bad, because you can also place another copy of Branded Beast on your field, and then being able to pop, you know, multiple cards, because this is a soft once per turn. So if you have multiple copies, their effects kind of stack in a way, and then you can start destroying a lot of cards. Yeah, otherwise it would kind of suck, because tributing one dragon to only destroy one card, not the best, you know? There's already like the World Legacy, no, not World Legacy, the kind of like the Icarus attack for dragons. Is it a Guard Dragon shop card? Yeah, there's already that's, you know, a 1 for 2, but this is like a 1 for 1, so, yeah, I guess the fact that it's not once per turn makes it so much better. Well, I mean, not hard once per turn. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had to talk about and showcase for this video. Let me know your thoughts about this new archetype in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.